So here it is, my friends, 2027 Toyota Land Cruiser. What do you think? Color may not be the most appealing, but who cares? It's a Land Cruiser. A lot of people like this boxy shape and its ability to go anywhere on-road or off-road. This week, I'm going to tell you what it was like driving with it, my impressions, my pros and cons, and a few other tidbits. So let's get started. All right, the first thing I noticed driving this vehicle is that it feels tough without feeling sloppy. It has that upright, truck-based SUV feel, but it doesn't beat you up the way some old school off-roaders can. Now, under the hood, you're getting Toyota's iForce Max hybrid setup, a turbocharged 2.4-liter four-cylinder hybrid making 326 horses, 465 pound-feet of torque. And the torque is really the story here. This doesn't feel like a high-revving SUV. It feels more like something that wants to pull, crawl, and shove itself forward with confidence. Around town, that hybrid torque helps the Land Cruiser feel stronger than you might expect from a four-cylinder. It gets moving without drama, and you don't have to dig too deep into the throttle to feel that power. Now, is it fast? No. This is not trying to be a sporty crossover. It's not trying to be a luxury performance SUV. It's trying to be, in my opinion, a durable, planted, ready for dirt, snow, gravel trails, and bad roads type of SUV. And from behind the wheel, that personality comes through pretty clearly. Now, what surprised me most is how easy it is to drive. When you hear Land Cruiser, you might expect something huge and bulky, but this newer Land Cruiser feels more manageable than the old full-size version. The visibility is excellent, the hood squared off, the seating position is upright, the mirrors are useful, and the body lines are easy to read. And that matters because when you're driving something like this, especially around town or on narrow roads, you don't want to feel like you're piloting a school bus through a coffee stand drive-through. This feels properly substantial, but not ridiculous. That's one of the best things about it. It gives you that rugged SUV confidence without feeling oversized, just for the sake of being oversized. All right, truth here now. What annoyed me? Well, first, the price annoys me. This vehicle starts under $58,000 for the 1958 trim, about $64,000 for the regular Land Cruiser trim. That puts it in some serious money categories very quickly. And once you start adding packages like mine has here, this can turn into an expensive two-row SUV. Mine is tested around 73 grand. Second, some shoppers are still going to miss the old personality. Yep, no V8, no third row, no giant luxury cabin, and no I bought the king of Toyota SUVs feeling in the old traditional sense. This version is more focused, more practical, more efficient, and more trail-oriented. But if your idea of a Land Cruiser is big, plush, quiet, and old school powerful, this one may feel like a different animal. Not bad, just different. Inside, it feels useful and honest. The seating position's high, as I mentioned. The cabin is squared off, and the controls are generally easy to understand. This is not one of those interiors where everything feels buried inside a touchscreen just to prove a point. The regular Land Cruiser gets a larger 12.3-inch touchscreen, and the base 1958 trim gets an 8-inch screen. Both support wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The back seat is adult-friendly. And for 2027, Toyota now offers heated and ventilated second-row outboard seats, which is nice upgrades if you're using this as a family adventure vehicle. Cargo space is where this thing starts making more sense for real life. Now, because it's a two-row SUV, you're not dealing with a folded third row eating into your cargo area. You've got room for the camera bags, groceries, luggage, sports gear, recovery gear, camping equipment, and so on. All the normal life stuff that people actually haul around. And Toyota also gives the Land Cruiser a 2400-watt AC inverter, which is one of those features that sounds nerdy until you actually need it. Camping, road trips, camping gear, working remotely from the trailhead, that feature makes a lot of sense. And this is where the Land Cruiser's name still matters, and that's off-road adventure personality. Every one of these comes with full-time four-wheel drive, a 2-speed transfer case, and center and rear locking differentials. So if you want to go off-road, go ahead. This has real hardware, not just rugged styling. not just black wheels and fake adventure badges. My Land Cruiser trim also adds things like multi-terrain select, multi-terrain monitor, rigid color selectable LED fog lights, and the stabilizer disconnect mechanism, which helps improve wheel articulation off-road. So if you're actually going to use this thing in the dirt, Land Cruiser trim is probably the one I'd want. The 1958 trim has the better retro look with the round headlights, and I totally get that appeal, but the regular Land Cruiser gives you more of the stuff that makes this SUV feel special. So would I, Dave, make this my daily driver? Yes, I would, but with one big condition. The price has to make sense. As a daily driver, I do like the visibility. I like the size, the upright seating position, the torque. I like that it feels tough without feeling ancient. And I really like that it has a clear identity. It's not another rounded off family crossover trying to look slightly outdoorsy. This one actually feels like a modern Toyota truck-based SUV with real capability. But I wouldn't buy it just because it says Land Cruiser on the back. I'd buy it if I wanted a two-row adventure SUV that feels durable, useful, efficient for what it is, and ready for bad weather or trails. And I had about 60, 70 grand. If you only need school runs, Costco trips, highway commuting, there are cheaper SUVs that make more sense for you. But if you want something with real off-road hardware, Toyota reliability appeal, hybrid torque, and a shape that looks like it belongs outdoors, this one still has a pretty strong case. So that's my real-world take on the Land Cruiser this week. I drove it, I liked it a lot, but the big question is whether the price makes sense where you live. Before you shop for one in person, visit quotes.everymandriver.com first. There's also a direct link below, and compare real prices in your zip code to see if this Land Cruiser is actually worth chasing. If you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, play with it a little bit. The better deal might be one town over. Now I'd like to hear from you. Would you take this 2027 Land Cruiser over a 4Runner, a Lexus GX, a Ford Bronco perhaps, or maybe a Jeep Wrangler? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like real-world driving impressions without all the fluff, hit subscribe for more right here on Dave Drives. Thanks for watching. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.